Imagine waking up one day and realizing you're on the verge of financial freedom. $1 million in your retirement account, ready to give you the life you've always dreamed of. Sounds amazing, right? But here's the twist. Your age plays a far bigger role in hitting that milestone than you might think. The truth is, retiring with others thousand isn't just about how much you earn or how hard you work. It's about when you start, the choices you make along the way, and how wisely you let your money grow. Today, we're breaking down exactly how age affects your journey to $1 million retirement and what steps you can take right now to make it a reality. Whether you're 25, 35, or 45, this speech will give you a roadmap to see where you stand and how to reach your goal. ChatGPT said, "Time is the single most powerful tool you have when it comes to building wealth, and yet so many people underestimate it." When you start saving and investing early, you're not just putting money away. You're giving your money the chance to work for you, to grow exponentially over decades, quietly multiplying without you even feeling it. Think about it like planting a tree. The earlier you plant it, the more it grows, the bigger the shade it provides, and the more fruit it produces. Waiting even a few years to start can make a dramatic difference in how tall that tree grows. Let's put it in numbers. Imagine you start at 25, saving just $500 a month with a reasonable 7% average annual return. By the time you're 65, you could be looking at over $1 million. Now, if you wait until 35 to start, you would need to save more than $30,000 a month to reach that same milestone. And if you start at 45, the number skyrockets. You might have to save over $2,500 a month just to hit $1 million. That's the power of compounding in action. Every single year you delay is a year that your money isn't growing at that exponential rate. It's not about needing a massive income or having the perfect financial situation from the start. It's about starting where you are with what you have and letting time do the heavy lifting. Early contributions benefit from compounding interest in a way that late contributions simply cannot match. The first few years of investing may seem like small steps, almost invisible in the moment, but over decades, those small contributions become the foundation of real wealth. Time also gives you flexibility. The earlier you start, the more room you have to experiment with investments, to learn from mistakes, and to adjust your strategy without jeopardizing your retirement goal. If you're 25, you have 40 years for your money to grow, so a short-term market downturn won't derail your plan. If you start later, say at 45, a market drop becomes a much bigger risk because you have fewer years to recover. Time reduces stress, allows for compounding growth, and increases your chances of hitting your financial target. But here's the key mindset shift. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Every day you delay is a day lost. Starting now, even with a small amount, sets a habit of saving and investing that compounds alongside your money. Time isn't just on your side. It's your greatest ally. The sooner you start, the more effortless the journey becomes, and the closer you move to that ones and thousands milestone. In wealth building, time is your superpower, and using it wisely can make the difference between struggling to retire and walking into financial freedom with confidence. Your starting age isn't just a number. It's a defining factor in how realistic and achievable your $1,000 retirement goal can be. Think of it this way: age determines the amount of time your money has to grow, and that time is directly tied to how aggressively or conservatively you need to save and invest. Starting early gives you a huge advantage because even modest contributions grow exponentially over decades, while starting late forces you to play catch up, often requiring far higher monthly contributions and greater financial discipline. Let's break it down. If you begin saving at 25, you have a full 40 years to invest and let compounding work its magic. That means smaller contributions can grow into a substantial nest egg, And you have the flexibility to take calculated risks, like investing in stocks or index funds, knowing that short-term volatility is less likely to derail your long-term plan. In this scenario, hitting $100,000 is very realistic, even without earning an extraordinarily high income. Now consider someone starting at 35. At first glance, it might not seem like a huge difference, but it's a decade that counts. You have only 30 years to hit the same $100,000 goal. To make up for the lost time, your monthly savings have to be significantly higher, or you'll need higher investment returns, which often come with more risk. You may also have added financial responsibilities by this age, mortgages, family obligations, or other debts that make aggressive saving more challenging. The path is still achievable, but it demands more intentional planning, consistent effort, and disciplined investment habits. Starting at 45 is an entirely different game. With just 20 years to reach towards $1,000, the strategy shifts dramatically. The power of compounding is weaker because there's less time for growth to multiply. Contributions need to be much higher, and your investment strategy might need to balance growth with security, often meaning a higher risk tolerance or alternative investment strategies. The margin for error is small, and unexpected life events, like medical emergencies or market downturns, can significantly impact your plan. In this scenario, hitting $100,000 requires focus, sacrifice, and often a recalibration of lifestyle expectations to ensure the goal remains attainable. Understanding your starting age also helps you set realistic expectations and craft a plan tailored to your situation. Early starters can afford a slower, steadier approach, while late starters need an accelerated, disciplined path. This is where financial awareness meets action. Knowing where you are allows you to map out exactly what steps you must take, from monthly contributions to investment choices, in order to reach your target. Ultimately, your age isn't a limitation. It's a guide. It shows you how to structure your financial habits, what strategies to prioritize, and how to adjust your lifestyle and savings plan accordingly. The earlier you start, the more comfortable your journey to $1,000,000 becomes. The later you start, the more strategic, focused, and committed you need to be. Either way, recognizing the impact of your age gives you clarity and control over the path to a secure $1 million retirement. Building a $1 million retirement isn't just about starting early. It's also about how you save and invest along the way. The reality is, the amount you contribute each month is important, but it's only part of the equation. How you manage your money, the investment vehicles you choose, and the habits you develop over time are what ultimately determine whether you reach that $1,000,000 milestone. Smart saving and investing isn't complicated. It's consistent, strategic, and intentional. First, let's talk about consistent contributions. It doesn't matter if you can only start with a small amount. What matters is that you start and stay consistent. Saving $200 a month at 25 is far more powerful over time than saving $100,000 a month at 45. Why? Because your money has time to compound. The early years of saving might feel slow, almost invisible, but those contributions are laying the foundation for exponential growth. Consistency creates habit, and habit creates results. Next is investment strategy. Simply putting money in a savings account isn't enough if you want to retire with $4,000. Inflation eats away at the value of cash, so your money needs to be invested in a way that allows it to grow faster than inflation. Stocks, index funds, and mutual funds and other diversified investments are essential tools. For younger investors, a growth-oriented portfolio makes sense because you have time to ride out market fluctuations. For older investors closer to retirement, a balance of growth and security is necessary, often meaning a mix of stocks, bonds, and safer investment vehicles. The key is to match your investment strategy to your age and risk tolerance while staying consistent over the years. Another crucial aspect is maximizing returns while managing risk. Investing aggressively can accelerate growth, but it comes with volatility. Managing risk doesn't mean avoiding it completely. It means understanding the level of risk you can handle and adjusting your portfolio accordingly. Diversification is one of the simplest ways to do this, spreading your investments across sectors, asset types, and even geographic regions can protect you from big losses while still giving you the opportunity to grow. Finally, there's the power of automation and discipline. Setting up automatic transfers to retirement accounts or investment accounts ensures you stay on track without relying on willpower alone. When your savings and investments happen automatically, you remove the temptation to spend money elsewhere, and you build wealth without thinking about it constantly. Smart saving and investing is more than numbers. It's a mindset. It's about knowing what you want, starting where you are, and making informed decisions consistently over time. By combining disciplined contributions, intelligent investment choices, risk management, and automation, you can reach your 10,000 retirement goal, regardless of when you start. The earlier you act, the easier the journey becomes. But even if you're starting later, smart strategies can make the goal achievable. Wealth isn't created overnight. It's created every month, every decision, and every investment you make along the way. ChatGPT said, reaching 100,000 retirement goal isn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet. It's also about adjusting your lifestyle and expectations to match your age. In income and financial reality, the way you live today has a direct impact on how much you can save tomorrow. Age affects not only how long your money has to grow, but also the financial flexibility you have, the obligations you face, and the choices you can realistically make to achieve that $1 million milestone. Understanding this connection is critical to building a plan that actually works. When you're younger, say in your 20s, you have the advantage of fewer responsibilities and more flexibility. You can take risks with your investments, live more frugally, and allocate a higher percentage of your income to savings without drastically impacting your lifestyle. The sacrifices you make early on, like limiting dining out, postponing luxury purchases, or living below your means, pay off exponentially over time. You're essentially trading a few years of comfort for decades of financial freedom. And because your horizon is long, small adjustments now compound into massive results later. As you move into your 30s and 40s, lifestyle and obligations change. You may have a family, a mortgage, or other financial responsibilities that limit how much you can save. At this stage, reaching $100,000 requires smarter strategies. You might need to increase your income through career growth or side hustles, optimize your expenses, or become more strategic with investments. It's not just about cutting costs. It's about prioritizing what truly matters and making intentional choices that align with your retirement goals. Every dollar saved or invested wisely now has a much larger impact than a decade ago. For those starting in their late 40s or 50s, the approach changes again. Time is shorter, so the focus shifts to maximizing contributions, minimizing debt, and making your money work as efficiently as possible. Lifestyle adjustments may feel more significant at this stage. Delaying major purchases, scaling back expenses, or postponing retirement to give your investments more time to grow. The key is to remain realistic. A 100,000 goal is still achievable, but it requires discipline, focus, and sometimes tough choices about priorities. The later you start, the more every financial decision matters. Age also shapes your mindset. Younger investors can afford to think long-term, letting small contributions grow steadily. Older investors must think strategically, balancing growth with security, and accepting that certain compromises may be necessary. Adjusting expectations isn't about giving up on your dreams. It's about creating a clear, actionable path to reach them. By aligning your lifestyle with your age and financial goals, you reduce stress, increase focus, and improve your chances of hitting the $1 million mark. Ultimately, retiring with 100,000 isn't just about saving or investing. It's about making your life and your money work together. The age at which you start shapes the sacrifices you need to make, the strategies you adopt, and the opportunities you can seize. By understanding how your stage in life affects your plan, you gain clarity, direction, and control over your financial future. Adjusting your lifestyle and expectations is not a limitation. It's a strategic advantage that transforms your $400,000 goal from a distant dream into an achievable reality.